Sandra.
And I'm Rachel, and today we have 3 exciting sections for you in our video. First off, we're going to talk about some of our old friends from TV who are starring in new shows. Second, we are going to talk about killing one show on TV. And third, we're going to tell you some new and exciting stuff on SideReel. We just launched some new changes, and we think you're really going to like them. New shows, old friends. We are bringing you this section because we realize that a lot of actors and actresses that we remember from old series are starring in upcoming new ones. First off, we have Romantically Challenged, which is going to start Monday on ABC, and this is featuring 4 romantically challenged friends in their 30s who are trying to navigate the dating world. And so starting the show we have Alyssa Milano as Rebecca, who you'll probably remember from Charmed and Who's the Boss back in the day. And she is a newly divorced single mom, an attorney who's trying to figure out how to get back in the dating world after being married for 15 years. A little rough. And also on the cast we have Kyle Bornheimer from Worst Week, if you watched that one, and Eric Christian Olsen, who has been on Community, Brothers and Sisters, and starred in The Loop, which was on quite a while ago.
He's a funny guy, actually.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Next, we have Pretty Little Liars, which is basically like I Know What You Did Last Summer for the ABC Family crowd. It's kind of like estranged best friends that have a big secret. I think they killed someone, but I don't know. And that one is starring Lucy Hale from last season's Privilege on the CW, which I personally love. So it's nice to see her back on TV. And speaking of charmed alums, it also has Holly Marie Combs. And it also, for another adult, has Laura Layton, who has just been on the new Melrose Place, which is probably canceled now, and she also was on the old Melrose Place. So next up we have Gravity, which is starting Friday on Starz, and that one is about featuring a group of people who are from the suicide prevention group, or rather they attempted suicide and now they're in a support group for it. So it's this really eccentric group of people, and this includes Kristen Ritter, who was most recently on Breaking Bad, and you've also seen her in some chick flicks like Shopaholic and What Happened in Vegas, and she also, in this Gossip Girl spin-off, which I believe had, what, 1 episode? Yeah.
She was Lily's little sister. And she also was on Gilmore Girls as one of Rory's college friends. So she'll be in it, and also Ivan Sergi, who was on Jack and Jill and Charmed as well.
Finally, starting pretty soon on April 28th on ABC is Happy Town, which, again, to just compare it to an old show, looks like the poor man's Twin Peaks. It's like murder mystery in a small town. And this one has Amy Acker, who most of you probably remember as Fred on Angel. She also was in Dollhouse for a little bit last season and was great. But the other one who you guys will probably all remember from this is Sam Neill, who was on the short-lived Crusoe on NBC, but really what we all remember him from is Jurassic Park. So at this time of year, a lot of people are talking about saving one show. We decided we wanted to mix things up a little bit, so we are bringing you Kill One Show. And here is the rationale. There's a lot of shows that aren't actually in danger and are most likely going to survive, and honestly, we kind of wish they wouldn't. So for this week's Showdown, which you can vote at SideReel.com/_Showdown, we want you to vote for which long-running show, which probably will live on, you wish would just die.
So Grey's Anatomy, we know is just going to keep going, and is there really a reason? Not really. It just keeps kicking. And also Heroes, which is kind of in danger, but we know is just going to keep going and dragging on. And then also we want to note pretty much every long-running reality franchise like American Idol and The Bachelor and Survivor. I used to watch all of these, and I mean, one season of American Idol was enough, but I watched a number of Survivor seasons of Bachelor, and they just need to go away. It's time.
Yep. And then for some more options, you guys might hate me, it's now been renewed, but Smallville, I maintain it's time to kill it. One Tree Hill is in limbo, but if I had to put money on it, I think the CW is going to let it stick around for another half season, and that one, I just think it's time to kill as well. And then for some more long-running stuff, all those procedural type shows, Law & Order, all 3 of them, and do you know that NBC just greenlit another Law & Order taking place in Los Angeles?
It's ridiculous.
So I think it's time to get rid of one of them. If they insist upon bringing us a new one, then CSI, there's like 3 of them, any of those, I think it's time to kill them. So don't forget to go to our Showdown page and vote for which of these options you would most like to kill.
We just added some new features to SideReel recently. Our first one is we have a new editorial page which you can find under Real Critics under our TV nav. And this is featuring our whole editorial team, which we told you all about last week with our new Twitter
Twitter handle, so you can also find us all on Twitter there, and you can find all of our weekly columns and our bios and everything, so you can learn more about us and follow what we're talking about on the site.
Because we know you can.
Exactly. You can also find us more easily on Twitter, Facebook, and find our RSS feed and our email for our news around the site and our feedback button, as we have new, bigger, and much more cute follow buttons right on the side of pretty much every page around SideReel.
Next up, you might notice that there's some new language around the site. We don't want you to be alarmed, but we realize that what you're really using SideReel for is to track all of your favorite shows. So where you used to maybe see things like subscribe to a show, if you wanted to get a show on your calendar and in your playlist and your daily emails, you would subscribe. Now you're going to track them. And this language kind of goes across the site. So subscribing is tracking to a show. When you look at them all on what used to be your profile, it's now called your tracker because it's the place where you track all of your shows. What used to be your playlist is just called the shows you're tracking. And if you don't want to track a show anymore, you'll click stop tracking. So again, there's changes like this all over. Don't be alarmed. The functionality is still the same. We kind of just changed the language to emphasize that you are tracking your shows on SideReel.
So also new on the site, you'll notice that the show pages are redesigned. At the top you'll still see the latest episode, but it's a little bit different. So you have a smaller picture, and then you also have the featured sources next to it, plus you get more links right there for the latest episode. And right under that you'll find an episode selector, just a scrolling bar of the most recent episodes of that show. So you can click to select that show and it will show up at the top for you, and then you can go check out how to watch it. And also we have a new little top of the sidebar episode or show kind of feature where that's where you can follow the show and track the episodes and add all the episodes to watch to your tracker. So there's a whole just different functionality at the top of the page, and then you'll also find as you scroll down there's still the episode section, but then there are tabs for the rest of the page. So if you want to check out the news, the reviews, discussions, and the cast and crew and all of that show information, they're now tabbed near, scroll down a little bit on the page. So it should be easier to find, and the page loading should be much faster.
We think as a whole it's just cleaner and prettier, and you guys are going to love it. But feel free to give us any feedback you have.
So that's it for this week, and feel free to give us any feedback about our new site features on our support site, which you can get to from the feedback button on the side of the site. You can of course comment about it on Facebook and Twitter, and also don't forget to vote for the show you want to kill on our Showdown page.
And yeah, we'll see you next week.
London calling through the fire.